Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's David here, always helping you play creatively. Today, we're going to look at 3 worship piano tips to help you grow in your worship piano playing. Let's get right to it. So the first tip that I'm going to share with you is sus chords are your friends. So what do I mean by that? Well, often when I hear piano players play worship music, they play like this. They're often playing the exact minor chord that they see, the major chord that they see, and then they're playing every single chord. Well, think about, rather than doing that, playing a sus chord in your right hand. So we're in the key of C, so playing, let's say, a C sus chord or a G sus4 chord, same chord, different inversion, and then only changing the bass notes in your hand, okay? So playing a sus chord in your right hand and then changing the bass notes in your left. So here's how it would sound like on that 6-4-1-5 progression, which is A, F, C, G. Here we go. It takes it from sounding like this to having a little bit more depth in its sound, okay? It really gives it that worship sound. One of my favorite sounds is this one right here. Woo, that's fire, okay? All right, so that is tip number 1, which is playing sus chords in your right hand and only really changing the bass note. All right, here's tip number 2. Tip number 2, play piano riffs. So what are piano riffs? Piano riffs are musical ideas that you repeat. Musical, I don't even think I said that word right. So this is an example of a riff. Now here's how it would sound if we played that riff on top of the bass note changes. All right, so the riff really does the same thing as the sus chords. Imagine taking the sus chords and playing those riffs. It really helps to add a lot more depth to what's going on. So let's try putting those two together. Tip number 3 is really important, okay? So many times I hear piano players play the song and they know the chords, but they're really not thinking about the rhythm and how it fits into the sound of the band. I'm gonna give you some things to think about. It really depends on the song, but I'm gonna give you some things to think about here. So one place that I like to accent is really following the drummer. So the drummer likes to accent, especially on a 1-2-3-4 groove. He's probably going to accent on 2 and 4. So it'll be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I say accent, accent means to attack a note or notes louder. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm doing in that section. I'm playing the notes on beats 2 and 4 louder. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, my right hand is going to play on 1 and 3. So like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I'm really thinking about what is the rhythm that I'm going to play with this particular groove. Okay, so it's going to sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's go ahead and play those same changes earlier, the A, F, C, G, and we're going to keep the right hand the same. Okay, so it's like this. Now let's go ahead and add some sus chords to it. Okay, we can continue to add on to this, right? I want to play on the 2E and I'm gonna play this. 2E and 2E and all right? 2E and okay? So let's try that. Okay, so I'm just giving you some tools to think about your rhythms, okay? What I like to do is combine my rhythmic ideas with my riffs, and then that's where you feel, when you start to do that enough times, you start to really feel free because you've practiced something so much, right? So here is a riff that I practiced from the time I was probably like 14 years old. It's this one right here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that riff or a variation of that riff to that same groove that we've established here, okay? That same rhythm idea. So here we go. So here are just some tips that will help you grow in your piano playing journey. If you definitely want to take steps further, I recommend you check out playcreatively.com, where you can find everything you need to grow as a piano player. If you would like the chart for this, I'm going to have the chart for this in the description below. But until next time, keep watching, keep learning, and we'll all keep growing together.